Majesty Okuku Dr. Uwa Modiaka, the 10th, JP, Ebripo of Oborokara local government area. You have His Royal Majesty Okuku Dr. Ime Udosoriya, JP, the Ibom of Ibom local government area. His Majesty, you are welcome. Edith Akpaniya, the Edidem Ubong Peter Assam, the 2nd, the Akwa of Esreke local government area. We have His Royal Majesty of Odion Edirata, the Otu Mesembe of Oron local government area. We have His Royal Majesty Edidem Elder Dr. Manasseh Simeon Akpan JP, the Moyo 1 of the Sribom local government area. We have His Royal Majesty Edidem Edem Charles Dadelabia, FCA, the Attacker of Eket local government area. We have His Royal Majesty Akuku Professor Amanam Akpanogo Udon, the Paramount Ruler Ekmeko local government area. We have His Royal Majesty Edidem Harry John Eteto, the Paramount Ruler of Eastern Ubolo local government area. We have His Royal Majesty Odidem Basi Etum JP, the 80 Oyoko 2nd of Uroko local government area. His Royal Majesty Edidem Raymond Timothy Inyam, FCA, Akwa Ibom Traditional, Chancellor, Topsec University, the Paramount Ruler, Ona local government area. We have His Royal Majesty the 10th, Edidem the 10th Clement Francis Ekpeyon, JP, the Paramount Ruler, Ibesipo, Asutan local government area. We have His Royal Majesty Akuku Okon Udokut, the Paramount Ruler, Ibadan local government area. We have His Royal Majesty Edidem Ita Edith Okokon, Itek, Isonsi 1 of Okobo local government area. We have His Royal Majesty Edidem Silvanus Efion Okon, JP, Paramount Ruler, Uyo local government area. We have His Royal Majesty Akuku Savior Sylvester Udofia, JP, Paramount Ruler, Abak local government area. We have His Royal Majesty Edidem Peter Okonefion, Paramount Ruler of Susratai local government area. We also have His Royal Majesty Engineer Dr. Johnson Johnny Obosi, JP, Paramount Ruler, Orowanam local government area. We have His Royal Majesty Edidem Cosmos Classic Nkea, the Paramount Ruler, Uran local government area. His Royal Majesty Ogwong Okon Asukwaba, the Paramount Ruler of Mbo local government area. We also have His Royal Majesty Akuku Engineer Amos Daniel Akpan, the Paramount Ruler Kanafun local government area. We have His Royal Majesty Edidem Etim Nana Itang, the paramount ruler of Ikono local government area. We have His Royal Majesty Akubu Joseph Okosi Ekot Ite, paramount ruler Ika local government area. I will also have His Royal Majesty Edidem Udoite Edol, the Osum 5 of Nkari, paramount ruler in the local government area. Let me also make this correction, please. The President General of the Akwa Ibom State Traditional Dance Council is His Eminence, Sergeant Dr. Solomon T. JP, CFR, President Akwa Ibom Ibibio, Akwa Ibom Ibibio Worldwide, Chancellor, Akwa Ibom State University, and the paramount ruler of Zurubio local government. Lord, I know about again, paramount. Thank you very much. At this point, I will invite Mr. Enyekan Udofia to please come to the podium and make a very brief introduction of very few people. I can see the crowd is much, but we are not going to take all the introduction. Very brief. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Your Majesty, I'll make that introduction very brief, as much as we can because it's a large entourage. I'd like to first of all present to Your Majesty the two-term former governor of Anambra State and the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Mr. Peter Gregory Obi. Your Royal Majesty, we're proud to have in our midst our own daughter by birth from Onaluku government area, the wife of the presidential candidate of the Labour Party.
Yes!
Her name, Mrs. Margaret Obi, but we cannot forget that she was Margaret Brownson Hussein. Please, can we give another round of applause? Your Royal Majesty, we have the driver of the political party that His Excellency is running on. As the national chairman of the Labour Party, Barrister Julius Abure. Please, can we give him a round of applause? It's a large entourage and it is led by the Deputy Director General of the Campaign Council of the Obidati. And so I recognize Mr. Oselo Kaubaze on behalf of the members of the PCC. Your Excellency, proud son of Akwa Ibom State that will be remembered for his exploits in the days when ADC Airline tore the air in Nigeria, is the state coordinator for the Presidential Campaign Council in Akwa Ibom State, a proud son of Oran local government area, Captain Augustine Ekong. Your Excellency, I would have stopped, Your Majesty, I would have stopped the introduction at that point, but this is one son of Nigeria that we're proud of. Very recently, he came to Akwa Ibom State to speak at the Clement Song Memorial Lecture, and I think that was a big honor he had done to the state. And I recognize an academic par excellence. And because we're talking about the new kind of leadership, he's the founder for the Center for Value in Leadership. Please, we recognize Professor Pat Utomi.
Yes!
Also recognize a fine gentleman that the Labour Party in Akwa Ibom State has found worthy to fly its flag. A very handsome man and an intelligent man. Please join me as I recognize the governorship candidate of the Labour Party in Akwa Ibom State, Luabon Peter. He's here with his deputy, the deputy governorship candidate, Mr. Charles Ibom. Please can we give him a round of applause? For the sake of time, I'd like to ask that every member that came behind the presidential candidate should rise for recognition. We have ex-ministers in their midst. We have very prominent sons of Nigeria across board, from the length and breadth of this nation, the north, the south, the east. This is a truly united Nigerian front. So can we just rise for recognition if you came behind His Excellency? Thank you. And Your Excellency, Your Majesty, the woman in purple is a great woman and a great fighter for justice, a great fighter for humanity. And I just think it is wise that I present to you Aisha Yusuf. You can hear from the reception that she has been fighting for them. Thank you, Your Majesty, as I hand over the proceedings to him. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Can we give him a round of applause? By the permission of the President General, I will invite our visitor, Mr. Peter Obi. Please get up. Please give him a round of applause. Continue to applaud his please. Thank you very much.
Your Eminence, Your Eminence, I want to thank Solomon JP, President, Akwa Ibom Traditional Rulers Council, Your Majesty, let me stand on all due and existing protocols. Your Majesty, we didn't introduce enough women, so maybe I will still introduce Eminence one or two, because it seems that we introduced all men. We're here with a former Minister of Finance, who's worked so hard for this country, and a former Senator, Entourage from Kaduna State. We're here with another woman fighter who is contesting for Senate, well known in Nigeria, the great Kingibe. And we're here with the daughter of the man who is the champion of the fifth geopolitical zone, Dr. L.S. Ekweme, the first of Nigeria returns. I think we have now done, having introduced enough women so that it won't just be only men that came with us. Thank you for that permission. Your Eminence, Your Majesty, I don't take this opportunity of interrupting your meeting for granted. I am sincerely grateful for this permission. I'm sincerely grateful. I came to you today not just as a presidential candidate of the party, but also as an in-law for your blessings, your guidance, everything. I believe in-laws don't pick a car when they shoot their in-laws because they can take away my wife back. I came to you respectfully to assure you, because I'm sure I'm an Akwa Ibom person contesting now. So it's not just that I'm contesting as Southeast, I'm contesting as South. So I'm from the two zones, and I'm representing the two zones. I came to you today to appeal that what I am getting the vice presidential candidate is doing is that we say a new Nigeria is possible. Nigeria has not gotten as bad as it is today. Our country is collapsing. Everything about Nigeria today is bad news. There's no good news anymore about Nigeria. And I'm sure all of you are aware and know what is happening. But that it is worth mentioning that Nigeria today is a country where you have the highest number of people living in a poverty in any nation in the world. In fact, the news this morning said this year alone, over 5 million was thrown into poverty. And the bad news continues. We have the highest number out of school children. Our youth, in terms of youth unemployment, we have the highest. On top of that, we have the highest youth drug prevalence because they have no job. Our youth today have gone to school. They don't know where they're going to go next. They have no job, they have no future. The consequence is insecurity all over the place. All you hear that said is bad news everywhere in Nigeria. And we have come out and said, we can't continue this way. That we are committed. I and that we are committed to turn it around. We promise as our agenda that if we are voted into power, we will secure and unite Nigeria. Because Nigeria is not united. We are promising that we are going to govern by the rule of the law. We will ensure that we bring a regulatory environment that will stand and encourage Nigerians to invest and outsiders to come and invest. We promise that we must remove Nigeria from consumption to production. The major problem of this country is that it's not a productive country. We're not doing anything. All this country does now is to sit down and share. We want to remove that sharing formula and replace it with production formula. Because they're not producing anything, that's why we have a crisis. They're not creating jobs. They're not doing anything. All we do is sharing. You have a government that is not doing anything. You have a government that is only thriving on transaction, corruption. People in government are stealing our oil. They are doing subsidy that is criminally induced. Our children are not in school because the universities are not closed down. The basic education is not being supported by federal government. Everything is turned upside down. So that is what we want to change. People have always asked me, I was with young people this morning, and their question is, we don't know how you say that Nigeria is not productive. We don't know what to do for our next job. We don't know what our next job will be. And I asked them question. And I asked that question. Your Eminence, Your Majesty, show me one thing federal government of Nigeria has done in Akwa Ibom in the past 20 years that you can celebrate. In 1983, the government of Nigeria said they want to do the deep port in Akwa Ibom. 1983 to next year will be 40 years. Are you saying you cannot do the port in 40 years? For the oil, for everything we take from Akwa Ibom, we cannot give them a port in 40 years. That is not a nation where we need a port for export, for things that happen in the country. I say to go there, nothing. There's no oil company are not here. Your children are looking for jobs. All we come here to take is to take the oil. That is why I say I will spend my time making sure that every part of Nigeria is producing something. so that we can use the resources of Niger Delta to start building up and repairing Niger Delta to make it right. You cannot drive from here in evidence to Calabar. That road, the trip from here to Calabar, will take you, when the road was good, less than an hour. Today it takes you, if you're lucky, you reach there in 3 hours. Are you saying that the amount of money federal government of Nigeria is getting at Akwa Ibom, that they cannot build a road from here to Calabar, or build a road from here to Aba, build a road from here to Umaya? They're not doing that. So what are they doing today that will tell you to vote for them any longer? That is what we want to change. We want to be able to open the road from here to Umaya, from here to Aba, put processing zones. This state have fertile land where you can cultivate palm oil, where you can do yam, you can do cassava, this export, and with this support, we can export them. They are not promising you that. They are telling you the same story as usual. They didn't build the airport. The airport was built by the state. Everything you see around was built by the state of Akwa Ibom. That is what we want to change. We want to work with government here to show that there's a federal government at Akwa Ibom. They have everybody will come to ask you for vote. And after the vote, they disappear. Just the men alone. That's what we want to change. That's why I went to the youth today. I started by the youth. I said to them, the future belongs to you. Is there any presidential candidate that has come to you before? He said, no. I said, I'm coming to you because I want to change it. Our country is not doing anything. We have vast uncultivated land, not. And we are importing food. We can't feed ourselves. Today, your rate of exchange collapsed. Naira today is getting near 1,000. When they promised the Bagasi port, Naira was $1.50. 40 years after, is now 1 naira to whatever change, whatever you see in the morning. You're not even sure what is going to be tomorrow. If we wake up now, they can tell you this 800, tomorrow it will be 900. That is the country we reach. Despite the fact that we have oil and everything, all the things federal government have promised Akwa Ibom, not one has achieved. All the things they promised Nigeria, not one has achieved. The only thing we do today, federal government of Nigeria gets 50% of their money from oil, which is get from here. 50%, almost 50% of their revenue. 80% of our foreign exchange comes from oil. Our export is low. We're not producing anything. We can feed ourselves. Akwa Ibom can feed itself. If they can support genuinely agriculture, Akwa Ibom can help the teeny youths here to get a job if federal government can support them. They can help them to get into export. There's so many things they can do to change this place. Your Eminence, Your Majesty is not happening because nobody cares about Nigeria. Total export of Nigeria last year was 18.9 trillion naira, which is just about official rate of $47 billion, and my own rate 650 is about $30 billion. It cannot work for a country of 220 million people living on 903,000 square kilometers of land. We cannot continue that way. We need to change it. We need to make this place work. We need to make it more productive. No country developing of our size have that low export. That is why our reserve is low. That is why our rate of exchange is low. compare us with any country of the world, we would have done better. Because we have vast land in the north uncultivated. A state like Niger State is considered a poor state in Nigeria. Because they are waiting to share money from oil for Niger Delta. When they have vast, fertile land, all cultivated, even with some mineral resources, also be educated professors, they live on 76.3 thousand square kilometers of land. But they're not cultivating it because we are sharing money from oil. That's why we're having problem today. 7 local governments there is occupied by terrorists. When they can export, cultivate goods to export. Say, I use them every day as an example. They are living on 2.5 times the size of Netherlands without water. Netherlands is 3,000. That's 3,000 square kilometers. That's what that country is. And the agricultural export, without the same fertile land as Niger State. Last year, the Emirates they did export of $120 billion worth of agricultural product. Niger State can't feed itself. It cannot export anything. Even if they can do 1% of what Netherlands is doing, they will earn $1.2 billion. And 650 is 750 billion naira. They get from their share of oil about 50 billion a year. So they can earn 15 times by what God gave them. But they abandoned it and they are looking for oil here to share the money. We want to use the resources that we can find around Niger Delta to develop more of it in developing Niger Delta to make it work. That includes developing Akwa Ibom. And of course, you cannot find only one thing because you already have half of me. And you're sure I will do it. And I said, I'm going to fix that one. And so it's important, that's what we are fighting. Because we want to know that the Niger State can feed itself, they can cultivate what they can eat. We want to do the same thing in Taraba. Taraba is so huge. We want to do the same thing in Boronu. Boronu is 70.9 thousand square kilometers of land. They cannot be where they are because Boronu is 10 times Akwa Ibom. A land size, Akwa Ibom is 7,000, Boronu is 70,000. How can people who have 10 times your land cannot cultivate the food they eat? They depend on you because you have oil. We earn more money from agriculture than oil. Even if they can produce it and process it and export it, they will make more money from oil. But they're waiting to share the money from this tiny Akwa Ibom, 7,000, when they have, God gave them fertile land that is 10 times your size. That is what we want to change in Nigeria. We want to make Nigeria work. We want to protect it. So we're begging you, and you are, please help to see that a new government that means well is elected at the center. A government that is committed is elected at the center. I will not bore you on what you want to do, but I can give you so many examples of why we must take care, why we must make it work. Just give you an example. Somebody who is 7 times your size in land space cannot feed himself. He's not doing everything. He's not bringing everything to the table to be shared. If they have brought something to the table, so I want them to bring something. That's why I said we must introduce production formula. Even in the Bible, they have production formula. They tell us who produce, who eat. So let's bring everybody to produce something. That's what we want. By doing that, our children will have jobs. The more we can pull our children out of poverty, the more we reduce criminality. And all the bandits we are facing everywhere in Nigeria. Nobody travels anywhere in Nigeria today safe. Because our children are poor. Our children have no job. We want that to change. And the only way we can change it is to make the country productive, is to be able to do what we're doing. We want to stop suffering. We want to subsidize health. We want to be able to subsidize education. Let Nigerians go to good school. Let our children be competitive all over the world. We cannot continue to pay subsidy in fuel that we are not consuming. We want to pay subsidy in education, subsidy in health. These are the things that will make us develop. That's what we want to do. Your Eminence, Your Majesty, I'm pleading with you as your own. Help to build a better Nigeria. A new Nigeria is possible. We can change it. We can make it work. Next year's election, let nobody come and tell you about trial. Because people will come here and tell you to support any tribe. Every tribe in Nigeria is suffering. Every tribe in Nigeria is suffering. No tribe buys bread cheaper. The poorest people in Nigeria is in the north. Here the north are ruling Nigeria. The highest number of school children in the world is in the north. We have the highest infant mortality in the north. I have the highest drug prevalence in the north. I can go on and on. So it has nothing to do with ethnicity. It has nothing to do with ethnicity. It has to do with incompetence. So let's not go to the north. No tribe, no ethnicity bands rich. Let nobody tell you about religion. It has nothing to do with religion. No religion, no Christian, no Muslim, buy French. It costs the same, everybody is suffering. Christians are suffering, the Muslims are suffering. So we have to stop it. It is not religion. I always say every morning, every afternoon, every night, that if you go to Dubai, the Kali church in Dubai was built by any of Dubai, is a Muslim. And if you go to London, the land where they built the mosque, the central mosque in London, was donated by the Queen. He's not a Muslim. It's only in Nigeria that they give that excuse. We have to stop that excuse. Let nobody tell you that, oh, somebody in Nigeria can condemn. No. It will not be based on religion, it will not be based on ethnicity. And let nobody tell you that he is entitlement, that it is entitlement, or his turn is nobody's turn. It's turn of Nigerians to take back their country and fix it. It's nobody's turn. Let nobody give you that impression. Your Eminence, Your Majesty, they will tell you that our people they have no structure. Ask them structure of what? Structure of criminality, structure of stealing our money, structure that produce poverty in the country. That is the structure we want to remove. That structure, which they believe in, to keep Nigeria where they are, is the structure we want to remove. This is a job that requires, next year we want to elect somebody with a character we can trust. Somebody that if he says he's going to fight poverty, we know it's going to be. If he says he's going to fight corruption, he will do it. And I've gone around in Nigeria and said I'll fight corruption. Corruption is one of those things that kill Nigeria. People are stealing public money. And I say, I have been a governor for 8 years. Go to Anambra State, where I sat for 8 years and ask them whether a couple of their money is missing. You have your evidence, the emergencies, you have your colleagues in Anambra State. Go and ask them whether it will be where any place and ask them, call any of them and ask whether any of their money is missing. When I left office 8 years ago, you can go and check. In 8 years, I never went to any bank anywhere to say I'm going to borrow money. In 8 years, I did not owe any salary. Go and check. I did not owe any pension to any student. I did not owe any gratuity. I paid over 35% gratuity before I became this thing because I said to owe pension and gratuity is a crime. You can't owe people in their old age when they have less opportunity and their life is difficult. You must pay them. And I paid it all. I was not owing any contractor. I wanted to put it on record. I was not owing any contractor who has executed his job. I was not owing any supplier who has supplied multiple orders. The day I left office. And above all, I left in 3 banks in Nigeria. And I'm going to call all the 3 banks. And I called the managing director of the time I left. I left in Access Bank of Nigeria with the managing director as I came over from Lagos State. I left $50 million over $10 million for the state. I didn't just sit there. $50 million over $10 million. I left the Fidelity Bank run by Nnamdi Okonkwo, $50 million over $10 billion. I left in Diamond Bank, $50 million over $10 billion. In all, I left in investment and cash. The Anambra State there I left. Equivalent, as at then, because dollar was 150 then, as at then I left the equivalent of 75 billion naira in cash and in investment for the state. And I left 2 months salary for the incoming government. When the speaker, when they brought convention, they said I'm entitled to something when I was living. They want to pay me pension. They want to build a house for me in Oka. And build a house for me in Abuja. And I'm entitled to this. The speaker is there. I told the speaker, this is my office. God gave me the grace to serve these people. I've served them. I'm going home. And I'm going to say I've not bought me a bottle of water since I left the state at government. Because I refused. I said, I've come to do my work. I'm going home. I have enough. God has blessed me enough. And I came back here by His grace. I want to serve. I want to be given an opportunity to turn around and Nigeria. Because I know what it is. So it must be based on a character. The next year's election must be based on competence. What we have in Nigeria is that we have incompetent people who don't know what it means to serve a state, create a wealth. They've never created wealth in their lives. If they have never created wealth, they can't manage wealth. That's what we are finding. That's why we are throwing people into poverty. In the past 7-8 years, we borrowed more money and we became poorer. Because they didn't know how to manage wealth or create wealth. That's what I want to do now. We need competent person. We need somebody with capacity and capability to do the job. Here we need people with commitment who understand what the job is. We need somebody that has physical and mental energy to do the job. It's not a silent room. It is for people who can do the job, who can wake up. I started this morning by going to mass at 6, meeting students at 7, and I've been going on, and I'll go on to 10. When I finish my campaign, I'm going to 6 deep support. I've told a couple is looking for me there. I told them I must see it because I must solve that problem. So I'm not going to waste anyone's time. That is what I want you to do. I'm promising you what I'm going to deliver. Not that I'm calling to Akwa Ibom to become another politician. We have to solve that problem, your enemies. You have voted, you followed them. They've not offered you anything. Now I'm telling you, I'm going to change Nigeria. I'm going to change Akwa Ibom where God bless us in Nigeria. Thank you and God bless you.
Standing ovation, people.
Thank you very much. Can we please give another round of applause? I would like to invite some paramount rulers for comments based on what they have been told. First, I want to invite the paramount ruler of Eket local government area to please say something.
The President General of the Akwa Ibom Traditional Rulers Council, who put on all the monarchs that are here and our visitors. We welcome our in-law to this visit us and enlighten us on what he will do when, if he's elected as the president of Nigeria. We have had other visits before, and some have elected to just come and bow and walk out. I must say that we are very impressed with what the leader, the presidential candidate of the Labour Party has done, has told us. Because we may be old, we may be apolitical, that doesn't mean that we don't understand or appreciate what is good. Certainly, the 2023 presidential election is very crucial to the future of this country. And from what we've heard from the presidential candidate, certainly, he and his group are bringing some fresh air and renewed hope into Nigerian politics. He has accomplished many things in India. I thought he had taken